game. The big headline from the weekend is, I don't know that this has ever happened before, the #3 team in the country won 59-0, Boise State, and they are now the #4 team in the country because Oregon beat a very good Stanford team by 3 touchdowns, 52-31. It's somewhat shocking to see this. Do you have a problem that Boise wins by 59, albeit over a bad New Mexico State team, and falls in the rankings?
I'm going to try not to scream because I'm irate behind this.
Where's my violin at?
I'm irate.
Where's my violin?
They're trying to tell me that a team puts up 59 points to New Mexico State, doesn't give up anything. Yes, they're bad, but they put up 59, and you find it cause to drop them in the polls. A team that beat Virginia Tech 33-30, and Virginia Tech on yesterday just beat NC State, who was undefeated and played outstanding football.
At NC State?
A team that beat Oregon State, who was in the top 25 to start the season.
Yeah.
You mean you dropped them?
And it wasn't just one poll. The coaches and the writers did that.
You mean you dropped them when they scored 59? I saw Ohio State in their first conference rival, or their first conference game versus Illinois, squeak out a win, have to score late in the game to put them away.
Yeah, but that's
you don't drop them in #2.
Yeah, that's a Big Ten team, though.
What you saw was the voters saying we made a mistake by putting Boise State this high. And my problem with this is the team that jumped Boise State, Oregon, they played outstanding football, but Boise State beat them last year and they won the Pac-10.
This is
You
last
gotta
year.
be kidding me.
This is this year.
You gotta be kidding me to say that because we made a mistake when Boise didn't ask to get put in the top 3, we made a mistake, so we got to do things now to make it right later on. This is crazy.
It's as simple as this. Boise's schedule dictates that they drop. When Oregon beats a very good Stanford team and is averaging 56 points a game
Almost
this
a point
year.
a minute.
They're averaging a point a minute this year against Pac-10 teams. Boise has to fall. Once again, like everybody here, I am for a playoff system, but as this system goes, you have to drop Boise because their schedule is weak. Simple as that.
Ryan's having a rare good day on First and 10 because I am agreeing with little brother all day today. And you are exactly right. The hypocrisy here is maddening. If the voters had started Boise State at #11, you'd say, okay.
Different story.
Okay,
Yeah.
But they started them off at #3, which is where they exactly deserve to be right now because Oregon, if you watched them a week ago, they struggled to beat Arizona State. They fell behind 21-3 at home before roaring back to beat Stanford. But what has Boise done wrong? Boise could have named the score against New Mexico State. Did they have to win 159-0?
Let me ask you this.
59-0?
It's not maybe what Boise
Seriously.
did wrong. The Virginia Tech team, which was supposed to be their quality opponent,
They are climbing the ladder.
well, they are,
They
but
went
they
and won
lost
at
to
NC
James
State.
Madison the week after
I
Boise.
get that.
And
And then they went to Boston College and they won 19-0. Then they went to NC State, undefeated NC State, and beat them handily.
Yeah.
Roared back
With a nice comeback win.
Okay.
Oh, you're
And
right.
if you watched Boise State and Oregon State, and you saw that the score was 37-24, you get that it was much worse of a beating than 37-24. If you just saw the score
Agreed.
on early Sunday morning, you're going, that wasn't that. Listen, it was dominating.
I applaud the pollsters for putting Boise State back a couple. Nebraska's probably going to jump TCU and Boise before it's all said and done. Arizona State, the team that you talked about Oregon struggled with last week, is from a BCS conference in the Pac-10. Okay, the win against them is still significantly bigger than Boise beating up on a New Mexico State or a small school like that. It's just it is what it is.
That's going to be a problem for
That's
Boise
gonna be a
all year
problem.
because they're going to be.
Have you looked at their schedule?
Every game they play from here moving forward.
At Nevada.
Well, and we'll find out what's going on there, and that's later in the season. But that's going to be a win that might actually help Boise State because Nevada.
And they won't be 30 over Fresno.
No, they won't. No, they won't. But those are wins that can help them down the road.
Not only do we need a playoff system, they need to start every poll after week 5. Every poll.
I agree with that.
It should be started later.
Yeah, I think the BCS got that portion right. Let's wait a little while. Let's wait until the dust settles, and then we'll tell you where everyone's ranked. All right, we're splitting third down in just a little bit. We've got reaction on